Why are you suffering? Why am I suffering? Why is there so much evil and atrocities in our world today? Is it that God cannot listen to our heart cry? Or what could the case be? Please stay tuned with me to the end of this video because we're gonna talk about why there is so much evil on the planet today while we have God in heaven. Hey friends, I am Saleh from Africa. I produce theological and faith-based content on a weekly basis. My aim is to build a community of people who come to believe in all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-loving God. If this is your first time of watching me, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn the notification bell, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Let's delve into our today's topic. The problem of evil remains one of the most challenging theological questions of all time. One of the central concepts in Christian theology is the belief in an all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-loving God. However, the existence of evil seems to be in conflict with this belief. Theologians have tried to grapple with this question and arrive at a satisfactory answer. The aim of this video is to examine how theologians have reconciled God's goodness with the presence of evil in the world. The presence of evil in the world has been a problem that has challenged Christian thinkers for centuries. The existence of evil seems to be incompatible with the idea of an all-powerful and all-loving God. One of the central explanations of the problem of evil in Christian theology is the concept of free will. Scholars such as Augustine have argued that God allows evil to exist because He wants us to choose freely between good and evil. We as humans have free will and our choices have consequences, some resulting in evil. However, this argument does not explain how natural evil such as earthquakes, floods, and diseases are reconciled with God's goodness. Another explanation commonly put forward by theologians is the concept of punishment. God allows evil to exist to punish the wicked. This argument is supported by biblical texts such as 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 6. The text states that God is just and will repay those who afflict evil on others. However, this argument does not explain why there are innocent people who suffer. Christian theologians have often turned to the book of Job to explain why the righteous might suffer. Job was an innocent man who passed through much tribulations. Rather than giving up his faith or blaming God, Job remained faithful even when he couldn't make sense of what was going on. Job's story shows that goodness in a Christian context is not all about the absence of suffering, but it's about remaining faithful to God in times of adversities. One of the enduring explanations of the problem of evil in Christian theology is the concept of the greater good. The notion posits that God allows evil to exist to bring about greater good in the end. This argument was developed in detail by St. Irenaeus in his book Against Heresies. Irenaeus argued that God uses trials to refine and perfect us. He posited that evil is intended to produce virtues such as compassion, forgiveness, and generosity. Christians believe that God has provided a way of redemption from the consequences of sin. The death of Jesus, which is viewed as the ultimate act of love, is central to this understanding. Christians believe that Jesus' death on the cross made it possible for us to reconcile with God. Through faith in Christ, a believer can be saved and have eternal life, overcoming the consequences of evil. In conclusion, the problem of evil in Christian theology remains one of the most difficult questions to grapple with. Theologians have proposed different explanations for it throughout history. Free will, punishment, greater good, and redemption through Christ are some of the key explanations posited to explain the problem of evil. Job's story also shows that faithfulness in difficult times is a significant part of the Christian understanding of goodness. Ultimately, reconciling God's goodness and the presence of evil in the world remains an ongoing question with many more insights to be gained. Why is there so much suffering and evil in our world today? Is our God wicked or are we the problem? Drop in the comment section below. I will respond to each of your comments. And please share this video. I love you all. I remain Saleh from Africa. See you next week.